Buoyant Eddie Howe is looking to the future with new look Newcastle. Newcastle boss Eddie Howe allowed himself to do two things this week that are a signpost for his and the club's future. First, he and his wife arranged some house viewings in the northeast. It was always the plan to relocate from the south coast, but as he said, wins certainly help in that regard. It was during the second of those back-to-back victories, Tuesday night's 3-1 win over Everton, that Howe then indulged in a moment of wondering. The atmosphere around the ground, the feeling everyone had of being connected with each other, it gave me an insight into what the club could be like if we were winning on a consistent basis. It allows your thoughts to go in that direction, he said. Howe is right. For those present, it was to experience an occasion inconsistent with the restlessness of a relegation scrap. If anything, it had the feel of the European nights of old, a partisan St. James illuminated by far more than the floodlights, and Everton found themselves blinded in the second half. It was then, following Kieran Trippier's 80th-minute free kick which rattled the net and raised the roof, that Howe's mind took a flight of fantasy. Little wonder too, given he was about to introduce for his debut a £35 million Brazil international in the form of Bruno Guimarães. But, for now, dreams are reserved for nighttime. In the cold light of day, Newcastle remain 1 point above the relegation zone. Howe knows as much. "We're not in that moment yet," he said, referencing his thoughts during the closing stages of Tuesday's win. "We have to be very level and focus on the next game. This game can change very quickly." That next match is Aston Villa at St. James this afternoon, where a third straight victory would no doubt accelerate the manager's property search. Howe, a father of 3 boys, said, "There's no problem with the commitment. I'm waiting and just trying to find the right place. My wife is coming up this weekend to look at places. We are well on the way to doing that. It's just with the kids at school and trying to get the balance right for their lives, it's proved a little bit more difficult than we thought." Howe has the feel of a long-term appointment, a view shared by the ownership. They backed him with close to £100 million's worth of January investment. It would be wrong, however, to say that money has brought about the improvement. It has helped, of course. Trippier, for example, has been outstanding. But a 4-match unbeaten run that has yielded 8 points has been achieved, in the large part, because of Howe's work with those he inherited. They were, by their own admission, lacking fitness under the previous manager. You can throw motivation and organization into the mix too. Howe has changed all of that, all the while overseeing January recruitment. It is little wonder he has welcomed the impending arrival of Director of Football Dan Ashworth from Brighton. "It's a really important appointment for the club and its long-term future," said Howe. "Certainly, I think it's needed. The stronger your team is around you, the better the decisions that are made regarding all aspects of the running of a football club. It is then easier for the manager to concentrate all of his efforts on coaching the team. There are a lot of things that go into running a football club, and my main focus has to be the team." There, again, was mention of that word future. Foundations are being laid on Tyneside, be that Howe and his family